Cuisinart food processor?
The new Cuisinart DLC7 Pro is the best food processor you can give.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. A Cuisinart food processor. Oh, I had my fingers crossed.
It has a workhorse of a motor, a more useful bowl, and the revolutionary large feed tube.
A Cuisinart food processor.
Tell her she's the best by giving her the best food processor you can buy. The Cuisinart food processor.
Delta's coming through with great service and low fares for you. Get big discounts to Atlanta and go nonstop. Save money on Delta to New Orleans, to the wide open spaces of Texas, and to Cincinnati, Ohio. Delta's coming through with a low fare for you now. Delta is ready when you are.
I really feel like I could go on stage at almost any moment and do what I do.
Actually, I was working in an information booth. I was getting... People kept asking me questions. I hate that.
It's a lot of hard work. You got to spend a lot of time in comedy clubs late at night, and you got to put in dues that are phenomenal. You work a long time and you don't get paid. You really have to want to do it.
I buy all my clothes at Safeway. That's right, I get them right next to the produce department. This shirt, 99 a pound.
You get to say whatever you want to say.
If you are not part of the solution, you are probably a wasp.
You know, we all think we have the ability to tell a good joke every now and then, but the question is, can you tell a joke in front of a live audience and make them laugh? Right. It's a lot harder than it sounds. Recently on this stage at the Great American Music Hall, the entertainers had no trouble at all keeping the audience in stitches. This comedy extravaganza was a Bay Area first, a benefit for Big Sisters, showcasing women stand-up comics.
I'm just Paula Poundstone, and I'm here and everything, and I'm the MC, and I'm kind of proud.
Paula Poundstone has been performing in the Bay Area less than a year.
I'm drinking the house cola tonight myself, and you're right, it is incredibly expensive, but they do a special thing here. You know, at a lot of clubs you go and you drink the house cola, and you find those annoying little bubbles in there that can pop up and hit you in the face. You don't know what kind of damage they're going to do. Fortunately, here at the Great American, they went to the trouble of taking those bubbles right out of there.
There probably is a description for the type of comedy that I do, but I'll be darned if I know what it is. I mean, I could say all sorts of things that it's not, but I'm not really certain what it is. It's all very self-centered, for one thing. I mean, mostly it's I did this or I did that or, you know, a comment or two about myself. And beyond that, most of it's just kind of absurd. I don't do a whole lot of put-down humor or you know, take my husband or anything like that either, basically because it's been done. One thing that it is not is self-deprecatory, and if one more person tells me that it is, I'll be very upset with them. It is not that.
My friends, however, do this thing that I can't stand. No matter where we're going, they look at what I'm wearing and say, "You're wearing that?" And they put this face on like it's actually giving them physical pain, what I'm wearing. I always say, "This? No, I'm not wearing this. No, it's just taking this out to the trash."
Most people who heckle, I think, sincerely feel that they're contributing to the show, which is a lot of times they're way off on this fact. But sometimes, on the other hand, I mean, an audience member can say something funny, and it can be just fine. And there's no, you don't have to necessarily put them down every time anybody says something.
Everybody drinking the alcohol tonight? Expensive? There's some poor wimp over there? Does anybody feel the need to help this person out? Oh, hold on a minute, damn it. Oh, yeah, I have this one drink ticket. Do you want that? Come here. You have to come get it. Come. What do you mean, bring it there? You see, this is the thing. I don't mind giving, but I'm not stupid, for God's sakes. Oh, up in the balcony. God, it sounded like she was vomiting on us for a second.
If I do something if I do something that's amusing to the crowd just because I don't pick up on it first, or I didn't intend to do that, doesn't mean that they shouldn't laugh at it. I mean, it would be nice if they weren't yelling cruel things about my mother simultaneously, but on the other hand, if the shoe fits, you know, I think it's fine so long as they're laughing. It's a good idea.
And it's an interesting trend. I've noticed this trend whereby a woman will date at least 4 or more guys at one given time. And I figure why this is in San Francisco, it's because she never knows when 2 of them are going to run off together.
Okay, lots of people think they're funny, but what made you think that you could make a living at this?
All my life, I've always liked the idea of pretending, and I love theater and show business. I don't think I ever I was that, I'm kind of a serious person, but I don't know, God, I get it. Okay. No, I love to pretend, and I think I'm always doing characters. I love to pretend I'm somebody else and just play. I love to play. It's a sense of playing, and I've always done it.
You know, try as I might, I'm not always up to the minute fashion-wise. In fact, I make what Glamour magazine so rudely refers to as a fashion don't. But no problem, I've learned to get around that. I carry this. Unsightly panty bulge, whoa. Nail polish, it looks like a relief map of the United States, whoa. Cruising comedy clubs like this one, looking for a little action, whoa.
Tell me a little about the problems you've encountered just because you are a female comedian.
Of course, there's discrimination. There's couch counseling or whatever they call that. You know, there's a lot of innuendos. It's difficult with audiences. You know, a guy goes up on stage, he can bomb. He can bomb, and, you know, oh, well, hell, what a guy, you know, okay. A woman does it, and I've watched women do it. It's painful to watch. I don't know why there's that stigma. But I don't know, it's not as easy for a woman to put her neck out on the line like that as it is for a guy, and I don't know why. Maybe because the consequences are more difficult. I'm not sure. But the more off the wall you are and the more different, it takes more time for the audience to assimilate you. So in a way, the more you bomb, really, you can wear it as a badge. You know, you can wear it as a badge because that means you're a little out there.
Is there a 2-drink minimum here? For my act, I'm going to recommend 4. And I'll tell you why that is because some of my biggest fans are drunks and derelicts. Yeah, they come up to me after my act and they say, hey, you know, I think you're okay in my book. Every time they say this to me, I can't help but think to myself, apparently not a bestseller.
Tell me a little about the support system that you and the other female comics around the Bay Area have kind of made for each other.
Well, personally, I hate them very much, and I try to keep them from getting any bookings that I could potentially have for myself. And I like to keep it... No, how do we support each other? Well, we hang out together. I think we support it through moral support. There's a lot of shows we put on together.
The old idea that women are catty and jealous, it's just not so. And I find it, not to say men are or women are, but I think women are much more supportive of each other than I think the men are.
Ever notice how in the news, when there's not a disaster report, you know, how they have the anchor man, the anchor woman, the guy in the middle, and they're just all so witty and so cute. And when they don't have a disaster to report, what they will do is report what might happen if a disaster occurs. Woody Naguda with her on-the-scene minicam report.
Van, I'm here in San Leandro, wondering what would happen if this huge condominium complex were to explode.
In addition to performing, Nora has a full-time job.
I depend on my job for my living, you know. If I didn't have my job, I think I might work harder to get paid and make my living at comedy. Customers, they're like, you're a comedian. Oh, they always have a great joke for you, you know, which is something that's usually real racist or sexist, or, you know, you'd never tell anybody. In comedy, you write your own material, and you get to say whatever you want to say.
Oh, wow. It's really strange to be sitting in front of so many people. I just don't know how to handle it. Just kidding. I'll tell you, I'm so glad it's Friday, because I hate school. Just hate it. I used to love my teacher so much, Miss Stone. She was kind of like a radical liberal, you know. She used to have this big sign in the front of the room, and she had it real big, and it said, if you are not part of the solution, you are probably a wasp.
Fortunately, I have my calendar here. Let's get a close-up on this. Thank you. Fortunately, I have my calendar here that does have in the back a whole section on choking. And I think I'm going to be able to help you out. Can you see that? Thank you. Section right here. If unable to get air into lungs of victim, and if head and jaw positions are correct, how are they? They look good from here, okay. Suspect foreign matter in the throat. I think we all do.
My mom did recently write me a letter saying that some people don't know when it's time to be funny and when it's not. I think she was talking about me.
To remove it, suspend a small child momentarily by the ankles. Seems helpful, and yet how, if you're choking, is suspending a small child by the ankles going to help you? Unless you're like Joan Crawford, it's going to give you a few seconds of joy just before you